Good morning. I'm Nick Baker, and this is your news update. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg appeared before Congress on Tuesday and formally apologized for mistakes that led to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. During the 5-hour hearing, Zuckerberg fielded questions on Facebook's data collection practices, the company's alleged monopoly power, and his views on regulating internet companies. In other news, President Donald Trump is weighing a military response to an alleged chemical weapons attack in western Syria. The president met with senior national security staff and military leaders at the White House. He also spoke to French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Theresa May. All agreed that the use of chemical weapons in Syria's civil war must come to an end. A Granger County slaughterhouse at the center of an immigration raid last week has a history of violations of federal laws. USDA records show that Southeastern's provision violated federal weights and measures regulations from 2007 to 2011. 97 undocumented workers at the plant have been detained on immigration violations. A Monday night school board meeting turned into a 7.5-hour event. Hundreds of concerned Knox County citizens showed up to protest proposed cuts to area magnet and Project Grad programs. The meeting at the City Council building was standing room only. Speakers were placed outside the lobby for overflow seating of people. Sex Week 2018 is now in full swing on the UT campus. Sex Week features panels, events focusing on sex, sexuality, and gender. The event, now in its 6th year, hasn't been without controversy. The Reverend Franklin Graham criticized the event on his Facebook page on Friday as simply promoting sin. Sex Week continues through Thursday. New UT football head coach Jeremy Pruitt wasted no time in making changes to Ball's lineup. Following the first spring scrimmage last Saturday, Pruitt said that there are several guys out there that we are actually changing sides of the ball. UT has 5 remaining spring practices, including a second scrimmage this Saturday and then the spring game on April 21st at Neyland Stadium. And that's the news. I'm Nick Baker. Have a great day. Since 1844, the University of Tennessee has been equipping and preparing young men and women to serve in the United States Army. In order to prepare our cadets for the challenge that is the military, the ROTC program requires dedicated, passionate, and experienced leaders like Captain Brian Donovan.
You know, as most young folks are coming up through high school, kind of pondering what I wanted to do with my life, had looked into the military, and then when I was a sophomore in high school, the attacks on September 11th occurred, and we all had different reactions to those attacks and whatnot, but that kind of solidified for me, that as well as follow-on deployments for soldiers to the Middle East, that was the path for me, at least for a time being. So, wanting to be an Army officer, go the combat arms route, and I wanted to do ROTC.
Captain Donovan served over 2 years active duty in the Middle East, but says that he always hoped to return and train younger cadets.
I love my time at ROTC, for many reasons and whatnot, and it was always the dream that after I served a period out on active duty to come back to ROTC and be an instructor.
Captain Donovan says that he plans to continue his life of service to his military and his country for many years to come. This is Nick Baker, UTK News. A recent report by the University of Tennessee's Office of Title IX is showing that complaints of sexual assault on campus have risen by over 150% in the last year. Sophomore political science major and campus ambassador Audrey Davis believes that this number should alarm students.
It is always going to be on a young woman's mind when you're walking home alone at night. Do I need someone with me? Do I need something in my pocket to protect myself? I can't cover that and lie and say that it hasn't crossed my mind.
However, the Student Health Center's Laura Bryant thinks that the act of sexual misconduct on campus can be addressed with conversation and creative outside-the-box ideas.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month is what we launch out of this office, and so the 2nd of April we'll be kicking off with Hike the Hill and Heels, where Chancellor Davenport will speak, and then we will hike from Humanities Plaza up to Ayers Hall. Always have an open ear and open office to talk to people about the issue and to learn more from our students and to continue to create some positive change on our campus. So.
While the university recognizes that completely eradicating sexual misconduct seems hopeful, the student body seems determined in creating a campus environment that's safe and respectful. I'm Nick Baker, UTK News. A recent statement by University of Tennessee officials claims that come August 1st of 2018, the University of Tennessee at Knoxville will be completely smoke-free. The only question is, where does that leave our faculty, our University of Tennessee Police Department, and our student body? The recent update on the campus's tobacco policy was released to the faculty and students via mass email earlier this year on March 22nd. Controversy soon began to permeate throughout campus. I spoke to agriculture major Andrew Swafford, who highly disapproves of the recent changes.
We get an email saying about the tobacco products, and I'm not even allowed to use my vape now, and it's what keeps me from smoking cigarettes. And cigarettes are bad for you, but it's your own choice to use products like that.
Upon further research into the actual text of this policy, I found that there's no section regarding the enforcement of this legislation, something that multiple anonymous UTPD officers found to be very confusing regarding their responsibility in this change. However, officials at the University Health Center are seeing this as a chance to reach out and to help the student body. I spoke with Wellness Coordinator Yusuf Abdualdi to find out more.
Right now, if the student or a faculty and staff member says, hey, I am a smoker, but I'm ready to quit, then we would share them with the resources, and I would encourage them to partake in the Fresh Start program. It's more of a group setting where you have a lot of face-to-face interactions with those people, and you can have support by others around you who are going through that same process.
While students and faculty will still have the option to smoke on campus, the University of Tennessee administration hopes that the student body will see this as an opportunity to quit smoking. I'm Nick Baker, University of Tennessee at Knoxville News. That's right, Olivia. An on-campus group known as the University of Campus Workers is set to have organized over 100 faculty and staff members to protest outside of Alumni Memorial Building next to Neyland Stadium. Now, the protest has been instigated by a proposal to the tenure renewal policies of the University of Tennessee. These proposals state that each tenured employee shall be evaluated every 6 years. Now, tenure in the context of the University of Tennessee states that tenure is the principle by which faculty can continue their appointments in classes indefinitely. We've reached out to President DiPietro of the UT system, and he stated that these proposals aren't intended to attack or cut faculty members, it's simply to rejuvenate struggling departments. Currently, roughly 52% of all UT employees are on tenure, with 20% set to be on track within the next 2 years. With that being said, we'll have another live news update at 6. I'll send it back to Olivia.